Testing, 1, 2, 3, testing. Alright, sounds good. Alright. Welcome to the stream. Or welcome to the channel if you're watching on YouTube later. Today we are gonna be rebuilding the LA Rams. And, just look at the roster real quick. It's gonna be tough. They not in a great spot. The O-line not good. Matt Stafford is playing down to a 68 overall with normal dev, so that's not good. Got Cooper Kupp. That's good. Higbee, Akers, Jefferson. The only other players was star dev. So offense has a few weapons, but otherwise it's not in a good spot. Defensively, I mean, it's kind of just Aaron Donald. You have Jordan Fuller and Ernest Jones. He's only 23, star middle linebacker, so he'll be good as a starting off ball linebacker for the duration of the rebuild. But yeah, otherwise, the defense needs help. Obviously, traded away Jalen Ramsey to the Dolphins for, I think, Hunter Long and a third, so not much. So we're gonna have our work cut out for us. But I think we can do it. Definitely gonna be a multi-year rebuild, though. So we're gonna start with free agency of this year. The way I did this, because Madden's in a weird spot right now between Super Bowl and the draft, I just downloaded an updated roster off Madden Share and started from the beginning of the season and then went through and force wins all of last season so that the records are all accurate. So we're at the 2023 off season, which is where we are in real life. So we're starting at free agency, even though most of the free agency moves have already been made. So the only downside is there are going to be some people in free agency who aren't actually, because of how the years work. And also the draft order is not exact, but it's pretty close because the tiebreakers work different in Madden, and also you can't force ties, and the Bills-Bengals game being canceled in real life can't be canceled in Madden, so the seeding was a little different. But overall, it's pretty close for draft order. Won't affect us really because Rams do not have a first-round pick. So just looking at the free agents here, not really anyone I want to go after. Not many people even want to play for the team. Bradbury, Marcus Peters both want to. Odell a little bit, but all three of them are 30, and I just don't think we want to bring in too many older players considering the spot we're in, which is a rebuilding team. So we could just skip past free agency. Maybe we can find some younger depth players if we scroll down a bit. But most of the free agents are already gone because the free agency has been updated. There's a few people who haven't been signed yet in real life that are here, but not really anyone I'm going to be too interested in bringing in. If we sort by age, Trayvon Mullen, actually, 25, star dev, corner, wants to be here. I would definitely offer him a contract. 5-year, I'll bring the money up. We do have a decent amount of money. Remaining cap, 111 mil. That's pretty good. So I'm going to offer on Mullen. And then or no. O-line needs help if there's any, like, young O-linemen with a dev trait. That's kind of the big thing I want to see. A dev, but I mean, at this point, these guys are all in the 60s. So it's definitely going to be a lot through the draft. And also through trades. I have added both Cooper Kupp and Aaron Donald to the trade block. Not necessarily going to trade them, as I'm going to offer for Solomon Kinley here. But I think the Rams are in a spot where they might need to just tear everything down before they build back up. And if we can get a haul of draft picks for one or both of those guys, maybe it would be the right move. Not saying it's for sure going to happen, but it is something I'm considering right now. But, yeah. Just looking through free agents, trying to see if there's any others worth offering on, but I don't think I'm going to be doing a whole lot in free agency this season. Sorry, just pulling up the stream on my phone real quick. Alright, sorry about that. So yeah, I think we'll probably just leave it at this. Targeted, nope, get out of right end. Targeted 2 offensive linemen. No, not 2 offensive linemen. 1 offensive lineman and 1 corner. And we have the lead offer on both, and they are both interested. They're both young, 25 and 26, and 75 and 71 overall. So I think they could be good. So we'll evaluate offers and see if we can get them both gone. Did I get either of them? I got both, so that's nice. So I'd say that's a good start to the rebuild. We get a young corner we can develop, as well as an offensive lineman who's already our best offensive lineman. So, but yeah, draft and trades are going to be the main part. Kinley starting at center right now. He's a right guard, so might move him, but right now got Bruss at right guard. To be honest, I'm not too sure who that is. But I don't think we don't have any centers on the team, so that's why Kinley got put at center. And that's fine for now. Yeah. So I think we could just sim to the draft and get started there. Actually, real quick before we do that, I'm going to check. Do I have a kicker and punter on roster? Because if not, I'll just sign some. Special teams. No. Well, this guy. He's a 65 punter. Yeah, no thanks. I'm probably just going to cut him. Yeah, we'll cut him, sign a kicker, sign a punter, and then we will move to the draft, which is going to be the actual 2023 draft class made in Madden. Not by me, I downloaded off Madden Share, but I looked over it a little bit. It looks pretty good, like pretty accurate. So, do that. Right, real quick, let's get a kicker and punter. Then we'll do that. Kicker, I'm just going to sort by kick power and then find someone who wants to be here. Alex Kessman, 99 kick power? This is a kicker I've never heard of, and he has 99 kick power. That's crazy. I'm going to get Will Lutz because he has some interest in the team. He's 29. I'll give him a 3-year deal. Bring up the money a bit. He's got 98 kick power, so that's pretty good. And then punter. Again, going to sort by kick power. Definitely not. So it looks like the top 3 guys. Well, there's a few guys who want to be here. Well, I'll sort by interest real quick. So you've got Sam Martin, Jordan Berry, Mitch Wisnowski, Bradley Pinion, Corliss Waitman. We'll go Corliss Waitman. And I'll give him... I'll go higher overall than that. We'll just go Mitch Wisnowski. He is 31 though, so I'll give him a 2-year deal. That money's fine, and we'll see if we can get these guys targeted. We're the only offer on both. And I just hit the wrong button and withdrew my offer, so I gotta go back to him now. So I gave him 1.55. Make offer. And now we will go evaluate. Right. We got Will Lutz. Wisniewski has not signed on yet, so we'll do one more eval. And he is still not. Alright, so we're going to have to sim the week and try again. Next week we might have to raise the money a bit, but we're still the only team offering on him. So not... And also, we can always just get another punter. So let's see. Kareem Hunt went back to the Chiefs. That's interesting. Where'd Odell go? Falcons. Just looking at where some of these other free agents went. Bradbury to the Commanders is disgusting. Marcus Peters and Michael Thomas to the Vikings. Vikings making some moves. Right. So Wisniewski's still the only offer, so I'll evaluate again. He's not there, and we got him. Alright, so we're going to go to the draft now. And we'll see what we can do. We don't have a first round pick, but as I hinted at earlier, we might be shopping some players to trade into the first round. Maybe. We'll have to see what kind of value we can recoup for them. Can I do trades before? I can do trades before the draft. So I'm just gonna put Cooper Kupp in. Because he is 30. 98 overall. Was the best receiver in the league 2 years ago. He's really good. But maybe not a long-term fix, and I think this team needs to get worse before it gets better. Sorry, my mic cut out there. So we're just going to get offers for Cooper Kupp and see what we can get. So, Tremaine Edmonds, Darnell Mooney 4th. T. Higgins and Tyler Boyd, Judy and Sutton. So, there's some interesting offers. People offering 2 pretty solid wide receivers plus like a 4th. Traylon Burks and number 9 overall is interesting. That's a top 10 pick. But I think I would rather trade him for multiple first round picks than an actual player, and maybe even 2 firsts and a player. So what I'll do is just look for a team that has 2 first round picks this year. And I'm thinking Texans, because they have 2 high picks. They have 1 and 7. And then, who do I want to... I'm just going to see what we can get. Like Jalen Petrie is a nice young safety we could use. Stingley, young corner. That would give us a solid corner duo. Or we could just go Laramie Tunsil. He is 29, but 94 overall left tackle would be a good left tackle for a few years, but in terms of wide receivers, there's not really anyone we'd want to get from them. Laramie Tunsil. I think I'm liking adding Jalen Petrie to this deal. So that would be Cooper Kupp for 2 top 10 picks this year and a starting strong safety for the future. So I'm going to submit this trade and see if it goes through. Ooh, it's actually not even that close. If I remove Petrie, it went down after removing Petrie. Okay, so Cooper Kupp not getting the value that I thought. I'm going to guess 2 top 10 picks is a lot. I wouldn't expect him to get traded for that in real life, but in Madden, maybe. I wonder... Aaron Donald. I doubt he'd be more valuable than Cooper Kupp, but let's get offers for him as well. Actually... Ooh. Whoa. Chiefs offering Chris Jones and a first-round pick this year. No, first-round pick next year. Still, that's... Eagles offering Darius Slay and a first-round pick next year. Giants offering Dexter Lawrence in 2 seconds. Aaron Donald is getting a lot. And then Texans offering 2 80 overall corners and a 73 wide receiver. That's... Okay. Well, I'm going to have to think. Alright. I will be right back. And when I get back, I will hopefully have a trade to make. Alright, I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. And so, I'm kind of torn because that Chiefs offer was pretty enticing. Chris Jones and a first next year. But I'm probably going to pass that up because One, Chris Jones is also older, and it's a first round pick next year, which is probably back end of the first round because it's the Chiefs. So I think I'd rather just try the same offer that I did with Cooper Cup that didn't go through. Try and get 2 top 10 picks this year and Petrie. Now, judging by what happened with Cooper Cup, I don't expect this to go through. Didn't, but it's closer. So I might be able to package something. Could try Matthew Stafford. I don't think they're going to. Green interest. Wow, because I definitely want to move on from Matthew Stafford. Old, normal dev, 71 overall. He's only going to get worse. Texans' number one need is QB. Green interest. If this goes through, no, it didn't really change anything, so. Do I add in a pick? I have 4 6th-round picks. I don't think those are going to do anything. I could just take out Jalen Petrie and try and do Aaron Donald for 2 firsts. Yeah, it goes down, which is interesting. It's almost like they want to give me Jalen Petrie. I sure it has something to do with the cap, but Petrie's on a rookie deal, so that wouldn't make sense. Oh, and I just realized, which I don't know how I didn't notice earlier, but they have the number 1 pick, which I'm sure is adding to the difficulty in trading for this. I mean, I would like to make this deal because the number 1 pick would be nice because then I can draft a QB, and then number 7 I can get another good player. So I would like to make this work. Maybe I put a 2nd-round pick. If I add that, do I get any closer? It's close. Do I offer a 2nd next year? I think this will make it. This would be Aaron Donald and 2 seconds for number 1 overall, number 7 overall this year, and Jalen Petrie. We're going to offer, and it's pretty close but declined. I'm not going to do that. I want to get offers and see what them as how crazy do these offers get. Jamar Chase is being offered. Terry McLaurin, Quentin Nelson, and DeForest Buckner. Joey Bosa and Keenan Allen. Oh, these. Saquon and Leonard Williams. Sauce Gardner and Quinnen Williams and a 2nd this year. That is tempting. Tyler Lockett and DK and Tariq Woolen. Maybe I try another team. What team has the 2nd overall pick? I mean, probably the Bears, right? Yeah. No, I want to get multiple firsts this year. So is there another team with 2 high picks? Or like 1 high pick and a mid pick? Could trade for my own pick back from the Lions. So they have pick 5 and pick 20. And then if I want to add, I can add Penei Sewell. So get 2 first-round picks, number 5, number 20, and Penei Sewell for... I can't afford Aaron Donald. Is Cooper Kupp less of a cap hit than Aaron Donald? Let's see. Can they afford? They can't. Oh, no. Yeah, so Lions won't work unless I take a more expensive player, but I don't really want to do that. Like, I'd rather not. So not Lions. Seahawks are another team with a top pick and then also another first round pick. So what do they? What do they have? They have 4 and 21. And they have a lot of cap space. Okay. So it is in division though, so maybe not as realistic, but I'm probably still gonna do it. Who do I want? Because I am gonna try and get another player. Ken Walker would be cool, but that doesn't really make sense. If I'm gonna be doing a crazy unrealistic in-division trade, I might as well try and make the actual trade a little realistic. Although, it's probably not. Jamal Adams is 27. DK Metcalf, no. Lockett's older. Andre Diggs is older. And then you get into just lower overall. Get a left tackle in Charles Cross, but they just drafted him. They wouldn't trade him after 1 year, especially after a good year. Same with Wolin. Maybe I just throw in their pick at the top of the second and see if I can make that work. So we'll try first with Aaron Donald, because wide receiver is just not a need. They wouldn't trade for Cooper Kupp. Yeah, not even close. If I take the second round pick out, though. Now, and, I mean, I doubt they would trade for. They might even have green interest. They do, but yeah, they don't want him because they don't need him. Ooh, this is tough because I really do want 2 first round. Like, I'm not going to trade away a 98 or 99 overall player, even if they are like 30 and 31, for anything less than 2 firsts. And I want a top pick so I can get a QB. So we're back to the Texans now. Could try this again. 1 and 7. I mean, I could do something crazy and trade them both to the Texans. Package them together. Kupp and Donald. Package deal to the Texans. They can afford it. Can I add their pick at the top of the second as well, or am I getting too greedy? Let's just see. Declined. If I put in my second to try and like move up. So basically it's Cooper Kupp and Aaron Donald for 1 and 7, and then I also move up 4 spots if this goes through in the second. Declined. So what if I just remove both seconds? Wow. That is... Huh. That's... What if I add Jalen Petrie? Because last time it went down when I removed Petrie, so maybe it'll go up if I add Petrie back in. Which is... doesn't make that much sense, but we'll try it. Accepted. Adding Petrie to it, accepted. That doesn't make sense. That's Madden. I lose the only 2 good players on my team, pretty much. But I'm putting myself in a very good position for this draft, and I get Petrie, so helps out the secondary a bit. I think we had to get worse to get better, and I think the getting worse is over with, so now we can start to get better. So before we start the draft, one last look at the current lineup, now that we have made that blockbuster trade, which I don't think is going to happen in real life. Just putting that out there. So Van Jefferson, our wide receiver 1, Allen Robinson, wide receiver 2, Tutu Atwell, Ben Skoranek. Needs an upgrade. Running back is fine. QB, we're drafting at number 1. Or we could trade back a bit and draft a QB at like 2, 3, 4. The O-line in its entirety, other than right guard, because Kinley's going to play right guard, could use an upgrade. Higbee's fine at tight end for now. Defensively, Ernest Jones is going to play middle linebacker for me. So that's one inside linebacker spot short up. I'm probably going to switch to a 4-3. We've got both safeties, and we have one corner who I'd probably prefer as like a CB2 or 3, but for now it's fine. So real quick, I'm going to switch to a 4-3. Put Ernest Jones at middle linebacker if he's not already. Um, 4-6 is an 84% scheme fit. I'm not going to be too concerned about the scheme fits right now, though, because this team is not at all close to what the final team is going to be. So we'll just go base 4-3. I am going to change the playbooks because it matters so much in Madden Sim what playbook you have. So I'm going to just do Chiefs playbook because it just makes the team play better in simulation. And good teams will play bad when they're in bad playbooks. And not so good teams will play better. Offensive scheme. I'll probably wait to change that until we actually have more of the offense figured out. That way we can actually worry about the scheme fit. But, yeah, actually, I can leave him at right outside now. That's 4-3. That's the team so far. We got a lot of needs. Honestly, I would draft anything other than running back, tight end, and safety. And obviously, like, special teams. So, it'll be a lot of best player available. We have 2 top 10 picks, and I might be able to trade back a little bit to get more or future picks. So this could be a very good draft. That started off with a draft where we didn't have any picks. We could have a lot of picks. So let's pause the draft. Before we even look at the players, let's review offers for the number 1 overall pick. Let's see what teams are offering. Bills, no. Seahawks are offering number 4, 4th this year and a 3rd next year. No. Are offering number 8. The Raiders are offering number 8 and a 2nd this year, 7th next year. That's interesting. But can I still get a QB at 8? Eagles are offering 2 first-round picks this year. 12 and 31. Ooh. The Colts are offering pick 6 this year and pick 50 this year. Eagles offering 2 firsts this year. So I'd have 3 first-round picks. It'd be 12. No, it'd be 7, 12, and 31. But then I'd move back. My first pick would be at 7. Would there be a QB at 7? Well, now we go and we look at the draft board, and the order of teams, because it is a little different than the real-life draft order. So it's look like Bears are at 2, Cardinals are at 3, Seahawks 4, Lions 5, Colts 6. So, it doesn't show it here. Also, this draft, Aiden O'Connell is number 3. I went in to check and make sure he's not like actually great. He's not rated well. I don't know why he's up here. I think it's a bug or something. It says top 5 projection. He's not. I checked his rating. I made sure like he's like I think a 63 overall. I'm not gonna draft him. I wasn't gonna draft him anyway, but that's why that's there. I don't know why. But anyway, So let's see the draft order. If I trade to the Eagles at 1, they won't draft a QB. Bears won't. Cardinals won't. That's the first 3. Then you have Seahawks, Lions, Colts. That could be 3 QBs there. And I probably don't want 4th pick of the QB. So I'm going to go to the trade center and see if maybe I could get 2 first-round picks out of the Seahawks or Lions this year. And also, I'll just see what other offers I have for the number 1 overall pick. Like, they're going to be good offers. I'm not going to take any of them. There are some very good offers here, though. Oh, I love Jalen Waddle, but no. Giants trying to trade Darren Waller. Yeah, don't think so. Just traded for him. So yeah, there's some offers. George Pickens. But we're going to try and trade back a bit. Probably with the Seahawks or Lions. And if not, like, would they trade me pick 21 to move up 3 spots? Well, we'll see. No. Okay. Well, let's see. Well, the Lions, because I think they have 5 and 20 in this draft. Not necessarily in real life, although they might. They're definitely around there. So let's see. Decline. So they're about similar interest level. I'm gonna go back to the Seahawks because I'd rather have 4 than 5. Maybe this is a spot where I can try and throw in Matt Stafford. Because they do have QB as their number 1 need, even though they do still have Geno Smith. But maybe you want another veteran quarterback. They do have green interests. Declined. It's so close now, though. I mean, Stafford would just serve as a backup for them. They wouldn't be paying him a whole lot. I have a bunch of 6th-round picks. I don't think that's going to be enough. I'll offer my most valuable one, but it'll probably end up being like a 3rd. Yeah, no. I'll try... I don't have a 4th this year. I'll try a 4th next year. And if not, I'll just go a 3rd next year. Declined. That's not really doing much. Is this going to have to be a 2nd-round pick? I don't want it to be my 2nd-round pick. Alright, we'll try 3rd this year. Declined. It's very close. So 2nd next year should do it. Oh, no. How much is Matt Stafford contributing to that? Actually, a pretty decent amount. Can I do the same thing I did with the other trade? Just add a player on their side that suddenly makes them want to accept? Boom. Give me Charles Cross to make you want to accept. Okay, yeah, didn't work that time. I don't know what was going on with that other trade. So they won't take this. I don't really want to give them my 2nd-round pick this year. But this is where I really wish you had more than 3 trade slots, because I would just add, like, all of my 6th-round picks. Okay, what can I do about this? What if I do the same offer to the Lions? Just give them Matt Stafford back after he won a Super Bowl for 5 and 20. this one's farther. They don't want Matt Stafford as much. They don't really want him at all. So maybe now I can do a third round pick next year. So number 1, a second and third next year for number 5 and number 20. Declined. No. Alright, I don't think I'm going to be able to get 2 first rounds out of the number 1. So we'll go back to the offers that give me in the draft and just take one of them. Unless maybe Aiden O'Connell being this high up will play to my advantage because maybe a team will take him ahead of me if I trade back with the Eagles and just pick at 7. Because honestly, out of the top 4 QBs, not Aiden O'Connell, Richardson, Young, Stroud, Levis, I would be happy with any of them other than Levis. I'm just not a huge Levis fan. I obviously want Young or Stroud, but I would be okay with Richardson if I can trade back and get a lot of value. So I think I might do that trade back with the Eagles. Because I think I'll check again. That was the only offer that gave me 2 firsts in this draft. Yeah. I mean, Raiders offering 8 and a 4 and number 40, which is high second in this draft. Falcons doing a similar thing with 11 and 43. The Eagles 12 and 31 and a third this year. Like, look at the Falcons offer next to the Eagles. That 11-12, that's one difference. Then 43-31, Eagles better. And then it's a 5th next year to a 3rd this year. I'm taking this Eagles one.
The next pick has been traded.
So, Eagles trade up to number 1. I assume for Will Anderson, but it's Madden, so who knows. So, I'm going to advance the next pick.
It's the Bears.
And it's Tyree Wilson, okay. So, we'll skip past the Bears. They go Jalen Carter. Will Anderson still on the board is interesting. Not someone I'm going to draft, but Broderick Jones goes at 3. Wow. So now Seahawks, Lions, Colts are ahead of me. If this is 3 QBs in a row, that might not be good for me, but Will Anderson's still here, so maybe one of them just goes Will Anderson. Broderick Jones at 3. All right, Seahawks pick. Will Anderson, okay. So, I will get one of the top 3 QBs. Let's see. Next pick. Lions go with Anthony Rich. I'm getting Young or Stroud. I'm getting one of Young. This has worked out perfectly. Next pick. They go Aiden. Oh my gosh. So if I had kept the number 1 overall pick, it would have been between Young and Stroud. And now I'm at 7, and it's between Young and Stroud. Now I almost want to see if I can trade back again. But all the teams between here. But can I trade back with like the Raiders? Let them get first pick of QB. If they even go QB, pick up a 3rd next year and a 6th this year. Eagles want to trade with me again. No thanks. I mean, I moved back 1 spot. I'm going to get Stroud or Young anyway. And just pick up some extra draft picks. I will do that for sure.
We have a trade.
And if the Raiders don't go QB here, then I'll probably trade back with the Titans. But I assume the Raiders are going to go QB. They did get Jimmy G. But Advance to next pick.
The Los Angeles Rams.
They go Bryce Young. Okay,
now
so
on
I'm
the clock.
not going to mess around anymore. With number 8 overall, I will be selecting C.J. Stroud, the new quarterback of the Los Angeles Rams. And I don't know how this happened. I managed to get him at 8. 2 trade backs, got a bunch of picks. I mean,
on the clock.
looks great. He's super accurate. You can see A, deep accuracy, A, medium accuracy, A, short accuracy, A, play action, A, awareness, F, spin moves, whatever. B, under pressure, C, breaks. Like, he's good. And then you see the athletic rating, 79 acceleration, 82 speed, 71 strength, 91 throw power. Good quarterback. And super happy to have gotten him at 8. That's just crazy. And now we pick again at 12, so we'll see what happens. Titans go Paris Johnson. Okay. Jets, I don't believe. Yeah, they won't have Aaron Rodgers in this. Aaron Rodgers will probably still be the Packers QB, so this is probably going to be Levis.
The Atlanta Falcons.
No, Lucas Van Ness. Wow. Falcons, will they go Levis?
The Los Angeles Rams.
Christian Gonzalez. So none of those teams even went QB. That might be because I took Stroud off the board, but let's see what we have here at pick 12. There should be still some value. I mean, honestly, I'm just best player available. Bijan. Yeah. I can't be drafting a running back. No. Brian Branch, Witherspoon, Nolan Smith. Ooh. I don't want to be drafting a receiver this high. Miles Murphy. That would be interesting. Brian Brzee. Skoronski. There's a bunch of solid options. So wide receiver, I'm not going to be drafting this high. I just don't think there's a receiver worth drafting at 12 in this class. I do like JSN, but probably not that early. So I could Skoronski. All right, who are players that I would want at this pick? Skoronski. I don't want interior line. Skoronski's an option. He's probably my option at tackle. Miles Murphy is an option. Brian Brzee is an option. Nolan Smith is another good player here. Not going to draft middle linebacker here. Corner, I feel like I can maybe get value later. Safety is not a need. Okay. So it's going to be Skoronski, Miles Murphy, Brian Brzee, or Nolan Smith. I might just pick whoever's highest up on the draft board and hope everyone else falls. Would that be a mistake? So 15, 16, 17 are the other 3 players I want. And then Nolan Smith is all the way up at 7. Just looking at who has a chance to fall to me at, I think 20 is my next pick. Oh no, I don't even know what it is. I think it's 30. So I'm probably only going to get one of these guys. See to have zone coverage. Well, he's an edge rusher, so amazing athlete. A, hit power, B, finesse moves, A to C, block shedding, B, pursuit, A, tackle, B to D, power moves. Nolan Smith looks pretty good, and he would just play defensive end in a 4-3, so I would move him. And then the other 3 I was looking at, Miles Murphy, another edge, defensive end. A blocking, B finesse, B power, A tackle. Not as good of an athlete, but still pretty dang good. So, I mean, between the two of them, it's a toss-up. In real life, I think I prefer Nolan Smith just because of the athleticism. In Madden, I mean, they're both really good. Brian Brzee, also good. B block should B finesse, B or A power, B tackle, and then Skronsky on the O line. He could play tackle or guard. I mean, these guys are all round 1 to 2 talent projection, while Nolan Smith is round 1. That's just projection. True talent is not necessarily that. This is a tough pick. And I think what it's going to come down to is... Oh, I don't even know. The O-line needs a lot of help, but I will... I mean, everything does. The D-line, O-line. What do I want to do? Let's look at the team real quick. Because I did address O-line a little bit in free agency. I got one guy, and he's an interior guy, so it doesn't really affect anything. Skronsky could play guard, but I'm not going to play him at guard if I'm drafting him at 12. Yeah, my next pick is at 31. So, probably only going to get one of these guys. Who is it going to be? Do I want a very good edge player, a very good interior defensive lineman, or a very good tackle? Oh, this is so tough. Okay. I think I've made my decision. I'm going to pass on Skronsky because there are a lot of other tackles I can get later. Like a lot. It's a deep tackle class. And then I'm going to pass on Brian Brzee and hope that I can get another interior defensive lineman later. And then between Miles Murphy and Nolan Smith, I'm just going to go for the athleticism in Nolan Smith. So, and maybe one of those three guys is going to fall to me. I mean, you see the athletic ratings there. Really good. 92 speed, 90 acceleration. I think that's the right pick. And maybe one of those three guys will fall to me. I'm not going to trade back up. So, I'm just going to go pick by pick for the first round. Panthers go Levis at 13. Next pick. Anton Harrison to the Patriots. Packers go Miles Murphy. Okay, there. That's one of my guys. Witherspoon to the Giants. Steelers go Cam Smith. Joey Porter Jr. to the Commanders. Brian Brzee goes to the Bucks. Okay, so Skronsky, the only player left that I was considering at that point. Trenton Simpson to the Lions. Seahawks go Osiris Torrance. Michael Meyer to the Dolphins, which that pick is forfeited in real life. You can't do that in Madden, so they just get Michael Meyer. It's whatever. Deontay Banks to the Ravens. Chargers go Peter Skron. I was just about to say, he hasn't gone yet, but there he goes. Alright, so Quentin Johnson, the Jags. I believe that's first receiver off the board. Cowboys go Bijan.
the clock. The
JSN to the
Minnesota
Bills.
Vikings. The Miami Dolphins
Vikings go
now
Jameer
on the
Gibbs. Dolphins,
clock. The Cincinnati
their second
Bengals are
first
on
round
the
pick.
clock.
I don't know how they have 2 first round picks. Oh, you know what it is? That's the first round pick that was used in the Bradley Chubb trade that was then used in the Sean Payton trade. So that's supposed to be the Saints pick, but Madden doesn't have that. Well, anyway, Dolphins get 2 first round picks they're not supposed to have, and they turn it into Michael Mayer and Jordan Addison.
Now on the clock.
Zay Flowers to the Bengals, and now it is my pick. And I pick again, pick 5 in the second round. So, let's see. I got Nolan Smith earlier. Probably want to go O-line. Brian Branch is still here. I mean, I'm not going to draft a safety, but he's kind of more of a slot corner. He's got B man coverage for a safety, though, which is not going to be amazing as a corner. Drew Sanders as another coverage linebacker would be pretty solid. Not drafting Hendon Hooker. DeJuan Jones, nah, not really interested in any of the wide receivers here. Kalijah Cansey's interesting. But what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to... I might try and draft Drew Sanders here and then try and get Kalijah Cansey with my first second round pick. I mean, he looks pretty good. Yeah, I'm going to take Drew Sanders. Hidden Dev, nice. And now hope to get Kalijah Cansey at the 205. Chiefs go Darnell Washington. I like that pick for them. Texans, John Michael Schmitz. Bears, Jack Campbell. Cardinals, Hendon Hooker. Interesting. Seahawks, Brian Branch. Okay. Alright, so with my second round pick, it's probably going to be Kalijah Cansey. I'll do a quick look through, see if there's anyone I'm missing. But, yeah, I think it's just gonna be Kalijah Cansey. I mean, he's been given the Aaron Donald comp a lot because he's a undersized Pitt defensive tackle. And now he's going to get drafted by the Rams, who just traded away Aaron Donald. So maybe he will. Maybe he's the next coming of Aaron Donald, and we don't even notice a difference. Doubt it though. But I think he'll be good for us. I like how this draft is going. So we're gonna sim to the third round when our next pick is, and see who is there. Tank Dell just went before us. Let's see. Siaki Ika's here. Interesting. Gervon Dexter. 2 defensive tackles at the top of the board here when I just drafted one, but Kalijah Cansey definitely better than these 2. Matt Burgesson, tackle. Don't need another linebacker. Don't need safety. I could go interior offensive line here if there is a good one available, because a lot of times in Madden drafts and in real life, very good interior offensive linemen fall. So I'm just Trevor Downing here. A pass block, A impact block, D run block though for a guard. And I already have a right guard in Solomon Kinley, but I can switch one of them to left guard or center or whatever I need. A to C run block, B pass block, A impact block. I mean, Ricky Stromberg might just be the pick. Physicals. Elite change of direction is interesting. I mean, he doesn't really have any negatives here other than awareness and injury. Injury's turned off. And awareness, I'm not really too sure what that even does in simulation. So I'm just going to draft him.
Next up, it's
Normal
the
dev,
Broncos
not
on
great,
the
but I
clock.
think he could be a decent overall and will have a starting role on the team somewhere on the inside of the O-line. But, yeah, normal dev, probably not the best pick. And we have a second, third round pick that we picked up from,
The Los
I
Angeles
believe this would be the
Rams
Eagles
are up.
trade.
They're on the clock.
Matt Burgess picked right before us. Let's see if we can redeem ourselves from that last. Although I think it was a good pick, but we'll try and get someone with hidden dev here. Keishon Butte, Julius Brents, Eli Ricks as well. I mean, Eli Ricks, A to C man, B catch, B press, C zone. Keishon Butte is interesting. But I think I might just go Eli Ricks here. End of the third round. Try and get a corner. I mean, he's probably going to have normal dev, but it's end of the third round. I feel like at this point, most players are. I'm just going to draft him
With the next pick,
because
the Kansas City Chiefs are now
he'll
on the
play.
clock.
At this point, anyone we... Alright, now we don't pick again until the 6th round. So, I'm just going to sim to there. And while it is simming, I am going to go on a quick bathroom break, and I'll be right back.
Now on the clock, the Rams.
Alright, we're back. Back for our 4 6th-round picks, whatever it is. So, I mean, I'm just going to try and draft someone who I think is good. Someone who can have a role in the team. So I'm just going to scroll down and see someone who looks like they have somewhat good ratings, which not seen a whole lot of. Could try and trade a few of these picks away just for like something next year. Although Trevor Downing, A impact block, A pass block, D run block, A to C awareness in the 6th round to have potentially 3 A's. Not a great athlete. F lead block, B run block, A pass block, B pass block power, A pass block. I'm just going to take him.
The Colts now on
Normal
the clock.
dev, but maybe a decent enough overall to start. I'm just trying to fill holes in the O-line. I mean, he's more of a pass blocker than a run blocker. I might even move him out to tackle. Didn't check his height and weight, but I'm just looking at the top of the screen where you see all the Rams picks. But that might change because I'm not really seeing a whole lot of other guys that I'm going to want. So maybe, I don't know. I'll see what offers I get for 3 6th-round picks in this draft. Oh, I have 4 more 6th round. Jeez, they're all at the top. Let's see. What are people offering? A bunch of draft picks. All right, well, let me go back and actually look at these. Bears are offering 4th, 7th. Bengals are offering a 3rd next year. So are the Buccaneers. So are the Chiefs. Okay, so 3rd next year is an option. And the Niners. So I can get a 3rd next year for these, which I think is very good. But I wonder, I'm not gonna be able to get a player with it. So I might just take the Buccaneers offer here. 3rd round next year, I think they'll probably be the worst of the bunch. I mean, considering it's the Chiefs, Bengals, and Niners, the other ones. So I'll trade that away for the 3rd next year. I think that's a great deal. And then I think I still have, one more 6th. So I'll make that pick. And I think that'll end it. No, I have a 7th round pick as well. So let's see. Anything at all? EJ Smith. Don't really need a running back. I mean, I'm seeing like tackles with A to C awareness. It's A impact block, B to D pass block, C run block. I mean, that might not be terrible. But I'm picking him in the 6th round, so he probably is going to be terrible. But also, who knows? Not really seeing anyone else with A's. It's another O lineman. But, I mean, there's not really anyone else here. This is a safety. I'm not drafting a safety. Who was it? Was it Connor? Connor Galvin? Him and Ryan Hayes I was looking at. I think, yeah, I'll just take him. Tackle. I'm going to try and figure something out on the O-line with these guys. But I don't know. I don't know if it's going to work out. We passed up on Skoronski. We're trying to do something with the O-line now. Alright, this should be my last pick coming up. Yes, it is. So with my last pick, I just accidentally simmed it, and I got Bumber Pool. Okay, well, let's see. Is there anyone I would have taken that I would have rather had? I was gonna look at wide receiver. I'll say that. Yeah, there's nobody here. I'm seeing a whole lot of Fs. So we'll take Bumper Pool or whatever his name was. Bumber Pool. Alright, well, I think that was a good draft. We'll see the draft recap and see if we did make the right choice picking Nolan Smith, which I think we did. And we'll see if any of these O-linemen are going to be good enough to have... Well, they'll probably all have starting roles because there's not really much competition, but they're still going to be replaceable. Unless they get a dev upgrade, assuming they're probably going to be in around the high 60, low 70 area. But they're all going to be young. CJ Stroud is a 76 overall. Nolan Smith, only a 73. Drew Sanders, 70. Kalijah Cansey, 73. Stromberg was a 69. Eli Ricks, 71. Downing 63, Galvin 63, Poole 63. So unfortunately, these two O-linemen might not even start. Stromberg, he will because we don't even have a center on roster. So let's go see NFL. Sort by player overall. Jeez, Mike is freaking out. So Bijan Robinson, highest overall, 79. Makes sense. Jahmyr Gibbs second, then Carter and Will Anderson. Bryce Young and C.J. Stroud were both 76 overall. Then Quentin Johnston was a 76. Interesting. I did not make this draft class, so this is the first time I'm seeing these overalls. Whole bunch of 75s. Okay. 74s. Miles Murphy was a 74. Okay. And as we saw, Nolan Smith only a 73, which is not a huge difference. I might have skipped over. I don't think I saw Skoronski or Brzee yet. I must have skipped over them because they're not going to be this low. Let's go back up. Where did they? Oh, Skoronski's right there. He's a 72. And Brian Brzee was the other one. Oh, can I sort by defensive tackle? I can't. I didn't see him. Brian Brzee was also a 73. So I don't think that went terrible. The late round picks maybe didn't pan out as well, but I did trade 3 6-rounders for a third next year, which I think is pretty good since it's advanced the week.